I think there are two types of people in the world. There are pioneers and there are settlers. And I'm a pioneer. So once I'm at the top of the hill, I've got to see what's over that horizon. Idiot. Okay. And the other type of person, they get there and they're like, this is a beautiful pasture and it's a sunny day and I want to settle here and enjoy my days. That's not my DNA. The way I'm wired is just like my grandpa Walter. I'm a pioneer and I want to keep going.
Now, Luke Kirby was saying that you guys are already planning baby number 2.
Oh yeah, got to get the full football team.
You're a brave
Soccer
man.
team at least. What I have to come to accept is you're never going to get a settler to be a pioneer. That's scary, that's change, that's different. We're happy here, why move? Enough's enough. And I think you just have to realize both are important and both have their place in sort of evolution.
When I think of growing up in Jackson Hole, you know, it was a great life to live. We were all ranchers, and of course, people discovered it.
It's changed quite a bit. It's just grown more and more. Events, celebrities, and all that. There's just so much going on there. It's not the kind of stuff Jane and I want going on here at the ranch.
There's only 3% private ground, and a good part of that's already developed. It's changing as a community. So it's a reality that Jackson Hole is not a ranching community. Our living is not made with cattle anymore.
Is there anything that you are worried about, or that it's the biggest stresses right now that we need to like try to get help from Lauren, Keith, Pete?
Today, it's really just all hands on deck fast because we have 4 o'clock, you know, arrival of all guests. So
we'll have Keith and Hawk outside in the pasture just overseeing tent, which we should go look at. Look, speak of the devil. Thank you.
Look at that, delivered.
Did you want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. No,
Go make
it.
I mean, in the years past, the biggest issue I've been worried about, our music doesn't sound good if it's not loud. So that's always my biggest stress, thank goodness.
And then power, you know, obviously getting power to where we need to be out on the lawn. So
yeah,
so that's kind of
nothing like a music festival where we don't have music. Enjoy the food.
So Heaven on Earth is a music festival. It's a way to experience the beauty of Jackson Hole's outdoors and music and like 3 days of hiking and horse whispering. I came up with the idea 3 years ago, just meant to be like 10 friends around a campfire. And the 10 friends that were meant to come and be around the campfire were like so excited about it that they all invited friends, and it went from like tiny and easy to like all of a sudden it was like 200 people.
How are we parking all these cars?
Out there. I have a process.
This is the 3rd year. This is the biggest one yet, biggest attendance. This is a really good promotional tool for the ranch. Now I have vision for how to make it bigger.
I do feel just a little nervous because it's almost 8 o'clock and like nothing is set up. Does this happen every time with a wedding? Like, is this sort of the right where things usually are?
The tent is up the day before.
Okay.
But then load in is usually, you know, first thing in the morning. I mean, Shelby, who's doing everything inside the tent, is like top notch.
Kirby and I haven't been very involved because of baby Stetson, and Lauren got stuck doing a lot of work.
Can we talk about where you want to put the stage just so Keith can approve?
I know one of the big things that helps us, like with Heaven on Earth, like marketing, is really good photos and videos. So I don't know how we want to like arrange the mountains and everything, but we do have Matt and Will with some really good cameras. But I don't know if there's like an optimal spot you think where we'd really have the backdrop.
Heaven on Earth is supposed to be like a 3-day rejuvenating weekend of believers and good fellowship and good food and music. And that would be my wish for Heaven on Earth. But in reality, it's stressful for me. And I hate that. I hate it so much. Like, it doesn't feel like a partnership. It feels like we're on the outside, and when a problem arises, then it's on us. They would like us to put up the 8-foot pole and drape. Okay. Could you and Drew maybe tackle that? Do you need help? Okay, all right, thank you very much.
We should get a little time-lapse footage too of just like showing it set up, right? I feel like we could get, well, even just getting a couple shots of before and after, I feel like.
He's like endless ideas.
I've never met a guy who has as much ambition and as much follow through as Luke does.
Like at first, like his ideas can just really be, it can feel like a gut punch, like, cause we're the ones that are like, how are we gonna make this happen?
I love the merch. Like, this really looks good.
Wait, did you see mine?
I saw yours. I was admiring it. Yeah. I love this.
I know.
If there's anything where it's like, no, you can't, from Lauren and I, like, yeah, I think that like, upsets him.
We try our best not to immediately be like, no, terrible idea, we're not doing that, because that also deflates Luke. He likes to hear yes.
Next year we could do like Revolve concert sponsored, and then they carry the merch.
We all have this idea, like we all work together, we all do this, but like we're disjointed in the vision, we're disjointed in how it should operate. I just don't think that we necessarily fit into his vision.
Where are we going now?
Up. And then scoot that one back. I just wanted to go over schedule and then everything that we need to do to just get the space ready to go. I've essentially run the ranch barn side of events. So like any corporate film and weddings, I'm fielding the inquiries, selling and pitching and contracting. About 5:45, we'll start inviting them inside. So I keep the master schedule of everything. And then, you know, the not so fun stuff of like hiring, hopefully not firing, payroll. When Peter and I first moved here, we made this conscious decision that we were like leaving behind an old life, leaving corporate America, leaving the careers that we respectively built to start over. Okay, Peter, what's your plan? So you're gonna go to the cabins?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be here for the start of the event?
You know, I'm just always amazed, not just how much she sacrifices for this family business, but really how much she's given up of her life to be able to adopt all of this.
And then I can handle like wiping down the bar, wiping down the windows. Okay, so let's just double check list. So now we're just waiting on the rest of catering staff to show up.
That one needs to go right in the middle there on this last row, right in the middle where there's not one.
I dig myself into work life, and that's what like consumes me. It does get very hectic and it can be super stressful. It is a bit exhausting. I think this is good.
You think or you know?
I know. For Peter and I, it's not about money. Clearly, we wouldn't have like made these huge lifestyle changes, but like having Walter grow up next door to his cousins and they get to go ride bikes and they get to just experience this lifestyle. We honestly feel like we were led back to Jackson.
We got to get the merchandise restocked because what Luke would like is a size run of everything.
I think our wardrobes are 99% the exact same.
T-shirts?
No, just the same clothes.
Matt and I, we just kind of clicked. We just work really well together and have fun while we're doing it.
How are there so many different styles of t-shirts here?
I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
I will say, though, I didn't think that the three of us would be doing merch.
Be a cowboy, they said. Ride horses, they said.
Looks good.
Nice job, man.
Nice job, Matthew.
I've always been drawn towards more adventurous things. And the cowboy life just like checks all those boxes for me. On the ranch, we do a little bit of everything. Do you want any more of this pizza? Or are you good?
No, dude, I'm good. I ate a sandwich.
I was thinking about making some coffee. Do you want some?
Yeah. Oh.
Will's my best friend. Will and I met in Idaho working in a cow camp with a bunch of other people.
It is Matt and I living in a 34-foot trailer with 2 dogs that looks like it was gone through with a baseball bat.
Matt, I'm gonna teach you how to throw a hula hand.
Oh, thanks, Will. Gee.
Matt and I were tasked with kind of heading the horseback rides and help out kind of with the cattle operation that they have.
I'll make a clucking sound with your mouth. Like that. There you go.
Also, the cabins, feeding the horses, just wherever needed.
Damn it. Because then we're just gonna have water.
Let me go over to the break.
What's up?
Don't you just turn off the water breaker?
Dude, this is my first time living in a trailer. I'm not positive. This is what being a cowboy is all about, huh? Yeah.
It's not bad. Could be worse. Could be worse.
Oh, the dark still surprises each time it takes hold. The night clouds are filling the sky once again. The start of the day just means ending.
After Heaven on Earth last year, we had a huge one, but putting it all together was so stressful for our whole team. I'm like, I don't think we're going to do this again. But Luke knows what his dream is, and it's happening, and he's making it happen. So when I hear Luke, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a lot more work, and is it going to be worth it? We don't like to stay up late and deal with the music and all that. But this event gives me the opportunity to work with horses. We have seen the impact we've had on people. That's the kind of thing that makes it all worthwhile. Here's something you might want to learn, Brandon.
Talk to me.
If you put this in your elbow here like this, so you're not dragging it on the ground.
Yes, sir.
But see, you have your horse here, but you don't have to have your hand on the rope. I like to have that right. Yep, the hand on their neck, rubbing on them, scratch them on the chest. What I teach in the round pen is how to interact with horses. Jane and I feel our mission is to allow people to experience, what it's like to be here, be a part of it. Hey, good. The old Blue wants to connect with you there. Hey. You might put your hand down. Hey. I think it is life-changing. This philosophy of training, people can relate from all different walks of life.
Come on, again, come on. Come on. I see you, come on.
Now, are you going to be watching for a change?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the change you're going to be watching for? Softening?
His eyes are soft.
Uh-huh. And then in one motion, rock right, step down, and step forward. There, perfect. See, you're safe there. Yeah. You really like this stuff, don't you? Huh? What's going through your mind?
And the last thing I expected from Heaven on Earth was for this to happen. There was something about how he was working with a horse that spoke to my soul. Me and that horse are a lot more alike than I thought. We've got fears, we've got dreams, we've got desires, we've got hopes, we've got wishes. We just want to be alive, we want to be loved. Partnership, I believe, is the biggest takeaway. How do you create that? You create it through love. But Grant, he impacts the soul, not people.
I just love what we do here.
Luke looks at it as his business.
I look at more how it's going to affect people, how it's going to affect their feelings. What I keep telling Luke is like, let's keep in mind the vision of what you can't put a price on, and that is to be able to impact people's lives.
I mean, y'all know life is kind of hard, right? Is it hard for y'all sometimes? Or is it just easy out here in Wyoming? Y'all have graduated, you live in the third heavens kind of thing?
Well, who is actually from Wyoming here?
Oh yeah, no idea.
Oh, 1, 2.
That's insanity.
How's everything going?
Working with organizers it's just been difficult. In the contract, I spelled out, these are the payments, and like, we're having to like chase after all of those things up until the event. We did give them a big discount. So to us, you know, we want to work with people that value the ranch for what it is. And so that to us makes us feel like we're doing more work, but for less money. I agreed to do it. You asked me to, and I said yes. But the reality is that it doesn't feel good. I want to support you, but like right now, it does not feel like just a wise business decision. And so again, like what lens are we looking at this through? Like, is this a business decision? Is this like a Luke passion project and we all need to support you in it so that you do have joy when you come here? Yeah.
My own feeling is just like I'm fighting you guys on everything, right? Like I have a lot of even just business partners in heaven on earth, and we have all sorts of like challenges and problems just to get anything off the ground, right? But it's like if they have a problem, you did this, I did this, like we come to each other and work through it, and then there's like a real support. What I feel like happens with our families, if we don't want to do something and we don't agree, we check out. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the entire family. We don't say it to each other, so then I show up here and it's not like, oh, all our arms are linked. I'm not complaining about any of the work any of our team's done. Our team's all worked hard. But it's like when we go out to the world, we have to be all in it together, arms linked, or we have to be like, hey, we're not going to do this. You know, I'm so used to being in Wall Street surrounded by everyone who speaks the same language. They probably don't understand where I'm coming from and like why I'm so focused on we need to grow, we should want to grow. I get frustrated with this notion that like growth or pursuing big opportunities is somehow inconsistent with heritage, because heritage to me starts and ends with Walt. Grandpa Walt had nothing. He came here, he had 10 brothers and sisters. He homesteaded a ranch, right? He was a pioneer. His vision was growth. Like he is the reason we have what we have today. But I'm also sort of like, hey, maybe we should just go to another ranch where there's some family that all loves each other, and even if it's, you know, there's some hardships or hiccups, they'll bind together. I don't think it's a heaven on earth thing. I think it's like any event where we're not all behind it, it feels much harder individually to do something. So that's sort of the deflating part to me.
When you have an idea, you need that support. Like that is what energizes Luke, in my opinion. And we're not giving that to you because of past experiences. We are all just a little like worn out.
So how are you feeling after your conversation with Lauren?
She was a little angry at me in particular.
Yeah.
I just feel like their hearts aren't in it.
I think it's like a little frustrating to me because it's like, I know that there are other people that are hard to deal with, like whenever you're planning events, and I know that there's other stressful events. I mean, they've done like 5-6 day events before, and like nobody ever complains about that, but I felt like they could complain just because it was us.
Yeah, it's been a lot. And I can tell people are a little at edge right now, and just, I think it's lack of clarity about the future.
I think everybody's like secretly kind of upset with each other.
Yeah, I just left
well, I guess
it
it's not a
as,
secret.
I just left it as, hey, here's how we feel, and not, hey, we want to do heaven on earth again. I'm okay if we do it somewhere else, but I did express
Sometimes I think I would prefer to do it somewhere else, just so you don't have to deal with all the dynamic. Yeah, I just think sometimes people have to step back and look at the bigger picture. It's just frustrating to me where you go out of your way to like plan and helping get people there, and then for them to just like throw a fit.
It's like when you're frustrated, you just decide to be frustrated at everything. I think Lauren's just vocalizing it.
Yeah, because Lauren's a better communicator.
Yeah, everyone might feel that way, but not everyone says it.
Yeah.
So she's just verbalizing it.
Totally.
Well, and like whoever's in there could just like hang up the clothes.
Yeah.
Probably have to wait till Stetson's done.
I'll ask Glenda if you can.
Okay. Well, I just sent it to. Does she check the reservations account?
No.
I think something that I've always tried to strive for is just like having some kind of work-life balance. Yeah, we could make this much money, but then I just missed out on so many times or just enjoyment of being with Walter. I think that all of our vision of enough money varies very widely. Like I would say, Gran and Jane are like, they live very, very frugally, and they don't need to, but they do. That's just who they are. I feel like Peter and I are much more in the middle, and I think Luke and Kirby are very much that higher end. Priorities are just so different.
I think why we are here, Lauren and I, for us, it's just being able to share this. There's like this pressure, just like commercialize it, right? And like, I think there's another piece. It's like, this is a lot more than just an investment, right? It's our heritage. It's our, 5 generations of people putting in a lot of sweat and tears and sacrifice to make this. That's the passion, right? It's being able to continue that, to build on that.
So when you put it on, you want it right above your brow and then drop the back down.
Okay, we'll try that one.
Okay, try this one on again.
I feel like I'm buying a wedding dress.
Right?
Like, you need opinions, you need help. I like it.
Yeah. It's great.
This is it.
Yeah?
100%.
Cleanse my skin.
We were telling stories at breakfast this morning.
It went by like a gym.
And last
You
year,
don't realize.
Yeah, and last year we were here, and
Yeah.
Keenan was here, you were here.
Yep.
Where did the time go?
It's a trip. So how do you stay refreshed?
I really love stuff like this. I kind of feel inspired by a lot of the people that spoke at this because it's like a moment to step back a minute and like think about what's important and what you want to go do with your time.
And I found a way away somewhere. Oh, holy water. I'm on my knees, my knees, my knees. Oh, holy water.
Thank you all for coming here. We started 3 or 4 years ago, and we said if we could get like 10 people out to the campfire in Wyoming with an acoustic guitar, it'd be a special weekend. And God just had bigger plans, And I think we all have a role here, and I've thought a little bit about my role, my gift, and it's just encouraging people. I'm an encourager, right? So I want all of you to know you're here for a reason, and I think big things are happening in your lives, and you might go from this day, remember this day, and things are going to get really good.
I think Luke is the visionary. Luke has always had the dream from the beginning of branding the ranch, making the ranch into something bigger. But that all takes a lot of work. And once you make those decisions, somebody's got to follow through with it all. It takes a toll on us.
Luke is all about making things better. He thinks out 5, 10, 20 years, and yet he doesn't live here, so Peter has to drive that machine.
When do we start planning for next year?
I need like a few hours.
Yeah.
I need a few hours. I need a nap. I need a burrito.
Yeah, massage.
He has, these big ideas, and they're not bad. Again, like he's such a hard worker. I feel like we are just all so disjointed.
And I got to send you with the camera too, so you can get some videos for me for Diamond Cross. Will you send them to me?
I've got like 20 voicemails to respond to.
For me, like it's like the tipping points are like when we're going and then we introduce new things and we don't have processes in place. We all have different ideas about how it's going to operate. Heaven on Earth is the brainchild of Luke and his friends. This was the 3rd year. The event itself was beautiful, but I think on the back end of things, it's just stressful for us for lack of communication. For 9 days, we have something every single day, from the 9th to the 19th.
Okay.
Luke does not understand the strain that it puts on us. So we should just make a priority to like actually take time off, like rest on like Sunday and Monday.
Like we don't have that kind of time, right? To just like keep hoping, keep slugging away at this thing with hopes that things get better. How do we plan for the future? What does control look like?
We have very different visions. Your brother wants to essentially franchise and grow, and I want to have a say of how that would work.
Right. I do worry, even when we sit down at the end of the summer, are we able to make practical changes to make this whole thing function?
We pride ourselves on being 5th generation and that we worked so hard to keep it and that we haven't sold out. I love Luke, but he pushes that boundary a lot. If we get to be this place that's like a McDonald's, you know, that's kind of my non-negotiable. And then that's when it all blows up.